A trip to Baja. Man, that idea just lives in the back of your mind. If you're into overlanding, you know exactly what I mean. You start daydreaming about endless dirt trails, untouched white sand beaches, insane food, world-class fishing, those perfect camp spots, and of course, a little fiesta along the way. But here's the thing, Baja is more than just a big adventure playground. This place is layered with history. Back in the 1600s, European missionaries built over 60 missions from Alta California all the way down the peninsula. A bunch of them are still standing, holding stories of exploration, resilience, and the people who shaped this land. So in this trip, we set out to visit 12 of those missions, following the Ruta de las Misiones, getting lost in Baja's rugged beauty and connecting with the legacy that's still alive out there. And along the way, I'll share the exact location of each one of these missions so you can go experience them for yourself. For many, Baja sits high on the bucket list. A rugged stretch of desert, coastline, and history that feels untouched by time. Now imagine crossing it, navigating the same routes explorers traveled in the 1700s, searching for every mission that still stands today. In this video, I partnered with OnX Offroad to guide the journey, and we visit every remaining mission along the peninsula. It's 1697. A group of Jesuit missionaries led by Father Juan Maria Salvatierra departs from the rugged lands of Sonora, crossing the Gulf of California toward the unforgiving frontier, the Baja California Peninsula. They land in Loreto, establishing the first permanent mission and beginning the spiritual conquest of the peninsula. Misión de Nuestra Señora de Loreto Concho. Founded in 1697 by Jesuit Juan Maria de Salvatierra, this was the first permanent Spanish settlement in all the Californias, the birthplace of a new frontier, the Mother Mission. Drawn here by the discovery of precious fresh water, Spain carved its foothold into the Baja Peninsula. From this stone outpost, built in the Baroque style, faith, governance, and exploration radiated outward. For decades, Loreto stood as the political and spiritual capital of Las Californias. But expansion was never easy. The mission endured harsh conditions, shortages, and the challenges of remote desert life. Different religious orders will eventually take charge, and powerful earthquakes scarred its walls. Yet each time, Loreto rose again. Today, restored and standing proudly in the heart of the historic town, the Mission of Loreto houses the Mission Museum, preserving the stories, struggles, and beginnings of everything that followed. From the quiet shores of Bahia de Los Angeles, a single dirt road winds into the heart of Baja. For 22 miles, it leaves the coast behind, climbing gradually into a landscape shaped by time. The desert opens slowly, revealing vast valleys, ancient volcanic rock, and towering cardon cactus that have stood here for centuries. This unpaved route has remained nearly unchanged, preserving the isolation and authenticity of the journey. At its end stands Misión San Borja, founded in 1762 and still one of the best preserved stone missions in the peninsula. Here, surrounded by silence and rugged beauty, the history of Baja feels close, almost untouched. Traveling this road is more than reaching a destination. It is moving through a place where nature and the past still speak quietly. Hidden deep within the rugged spine of the Sierra de la Giganta, where canyons twist through ancient stone and the desert feels untouched by time, lies one of Baja's most remote and enduring missions, Misión de San José de Comondú. Founded in 1708 by Jesuit Padre Julián de Mayorga, this mission rose unexpectedly in the middle of an oasis, becoming a sanctuary for explorers, missionaries, and the native Cochimi people. Its thick stone walls were built by hand from the very rock of the Sierra, and more than 3 centuries later, they still stand strong. As you approach, the harsh silence of the desert fades, replaced by the quiet whisper of history. This was once the heart of the Comondú Valley, a place of agriculture, faith, and resilience carved out of a harsh land. Springs flowing from the mountains of the Sierra de la Giganta allow the mission to thrive, turning this remote canyon into a fertile ground. Today, the mission remains a timeless reminder of Baja past. Weather, peaceful and powerful, a place where stories echoes between the stones, and where every traveler who reaches it feels the same sense of awe. High in the rugged mountains of Baja, where winding roads carve through silence, there's a place untouched by time. Misión San Francisco Javier de Vigueviando. First explored after 1699 by the Jesuit missionary Father Francisco Maria Piccolo, this sanctuary rises from the desert like a stone guardian. Its walls carved by hand, its beauty shaped by centuries of devotion. Inside, gold leaf altars glow in the dim light. The Baroque masterpiece at the heart of the mission standing as powerful today as the day was blessed. Here, the air feels different, still sacred. The village that surrounds it, it's an oasis. A quiet community that has grown in the shadow of this mission for more than 300 years. A reminder that history isn't just remembered, it's lived. San Javier endures, majestic, timeless, a story carved in stone, waiting for those willing to journey into the mountains to find it. Huge thank you to OnX Offroad for sponsoring this video. If you follow my trips, you already know OnX is the app I rely on to plan every route, discover new trails, and stay safe when I'm way off the grid. Their maps make these adventures possible, and I'm stoked to have their support on this journey. Big shout out to OnX Offroad. Go check them out and use my discount code to save on your membership. Now, let's get back to the adventure. So we are right here right now, which is on the Pacific side of the peninsula, and we are on our way
to this mission, Constitución San Luis Gonzaga, which is, on a straight line, 52.5 miles.
From the Pacific side of the peninsula, we follow a long dirt wash road cutting across open desert. The route leads us into the Magdalena Plain of Baja California Sur and to La Misión de San Luis Gonzaga Chiriaqui. Founded on July 14, 1737 by Jesuit Father Lamberto Hostel, San Luis Gonzaga began as a visita, a small satellite site, before becoming a full mission. It served the local Cochimí people, offering shelter, agriculture, and a vital source of water in an otherwise harsh landscape. The mission grew around a natural spring that made this valley one of the most important oasis points in the region. For decades, travelers, explorers, and missionaries crossed this remote corridor, relying on San Luis Gonzaga as a waypoint between the northern and the southern settlements. Even after the Jesuits were expelled in 1767, the Franciscans and later the Dominicans continued to operate the mission. But as population shifted and supplies route changed, San Luis Gonzaga slowly declined, eventually closing in 1800. What remains today is a rare glimpse into Baja's early colonial history, a quiet sanctuary where stone walls and desert silence tell the story of a distant era. In the small coastal town of Todos Santos, nestled between the rolling Pacific and the rugged foothills of the Sierra de la Laguna, life thrives in the oasis of a desert that should have been barren. Fed by natural springs, this valley has supported human life for centuries, long before any mission bells arrived. It was here in 1723 that Jesuit Father Jaime Bravo founded La Misión Santa Rosa de las Palmas, named for the towering palms of the oasis. The mission became a refuge after years of conflict and hardship in the Nervite settlements. It served as a new center for the Jesuit presence in southern Baja, guiding agriculture, irrigation, and early community life. Santa Rosa played a key role in the region's turbulent history, from epidemics that swept through native populations to the Pericu Revolt that reshaped the mission system in the Cape. Though the original structures have faded with time, the legacy remains. The town that once formed around the mission has transformed into today's Todos Santos, an artistic, cultural, and agricultural heaven on the Pacific coast. Here, where the palms still sway in the desert wind, the story of Santa Rosa endures, quietly woven into the soul of this oasis town. And after 1,560 miles from San Diego, we made it to the tip of the peninsula. It's right there. This is the end. This is Cabo, and we're gonna start heading up north. Cabo San Lucas. Today, our thriving tourist city has grown around beautiful beaches, abundant fishing, and the meeting of desert and sea. Just beyond the energy of Cabo lies the quieter town of San Jose del Cabo, home of the southernmost Jesuit mission in Baja California. Misión San Jose del Cabo Añuiti was founded on April 8, 1730 by Jesuit fathers José Echeverría and Nicolás Tamaral. More than a spiritual center, the mission supported agriculture, local communities, and passing ships along the Pacific trade routes, including the legendary Manila galleons. Today, San Jose del Cabo remains a place where history lingers, woven into the streets, its mission walls, and the rhythm of life at the edge of the peninsula. Highway 1 leads us into the foothills of the Sierra de la Laguna, towards the town of Santiago, an area known for its hiking trails, waterfalls, and natural hot springs. Santiago is also home to the Misión de Santiago el Apóstol Añiñi, founded in 1724 by Jesuit missionary Padre Ignacio María Napoli. At the time, The mission was a small and susceptible settlement constructed from adobe and local materials, and dependent on scarce water sources and fragile relations with the native Perico people. In 1734, tensions erupted into the Perico Revolt, an organized uprising against the mission system and forced conversion. The mission was attacked and largely destroyed, marking a turning point that will ultimately lead to the collapse of the Jesuit mission presence in southern Baja. Puerto La Paz, the capital and largest city in Baja California Sur. Long before marinas and city streets, this place was known as Irapi, home of the Guaycura and Perico peoples who live along these calm waters. In 1720, Jesuit fathers Jaime Bravo and Juan de Ugarte founded La Misión de Nuestra Señora del Pilar de La Paz, near the coast. But harsh conditions, flooding, and the constant struggle for fresh water made the original site unsustainable. In 1825, the mission was moved inland to higher ground, where it stands today, closer to reliable water and better protection. Though changed by time, La Paz remains a meeting point of sea, desert, and history, carrying the legacy of Baja's past into the present. In the heart of what I believe is the most beautiful oasis on the Baja Peninsula lies the colorful town of Heroica Mulegé, a small riverside community where life flows through tourism, agriculture, and fishing, all sustained by the palms and fresh waters of the Santa Rosalia River. Above the oasis stands Misión de Santa Rosalia de Mulegé, founded in 1705 by Jesuit Padre Manuel de la Basaldúa. From this hilltop, the mission quietly guided travelers moving north and south along the peninsula, becoming an essential stop in the growing chain of missions. The stone church, completed in 1766, still overlooks the river below, a timeless marker of faith, endurance, and Baja's layered history. Few places blend natural beauty and legacy as seamlessly as Mulegé. After spending the night on a quiet beach near Mulegé, we turn northwest toward the heart of the peninsula, arriving at the oasis town of San Ignacio. Surrounded by towering palms and dramatic desert landscapes, this hidden green valley feels almost unreal. Just steps from the colorful plaza, one of Baja's most beautiful missions rises above the palms. Founded in 1728 by Jesuit Padre Juan Bautista de Luyando, Misión de San Ignacio de Cadacamán became home to hundreds of Cochimi natives and key center for evangelization. From this oasis, the Jesuits pushed farther into the unknown, setting their sights north and paving the way for the founding of our next stop, Misión de Santa Gertrudis. Kilometers northeast of San Ignacio, a rugged dirt road climbs into a remote mountain range, just beyond the natural divide between the southern and northern halves of the peninsula. Hidden within the palms of the Oasis de Santa Gertrudis stands a place of deep historical importance. Misión de Santa Gertrudis la Magna is considered the very first mission established in the northern half of Baja California. Founded in 1752 by Jesuit missionary Padre George Dretz, this mission became a critical stepping stone for the Jesuit expansion north along the Camino Real. Surrounded by desert, mountains, and silence, Santa Gertrudis remains a powerful reminder of the determination, faith, and endurance that shaped the mission era in Baja. Baja has a way of staying with you, not just in the miles we cover or the trails we follow, but in the stories written into stone, dust, and silence. From remote missions to endless horizons, this journey wasn't just about getting there. It was about understanding where we were, and long after the engine's cool and the maps close, Baja keeps calling. If you're interested in learning more about Baja missions, I recommend this book. I'm not affiliated with it in any way. I simply use it as a reference while making this video, and I truly recommend it. 17th century missions still rise from the desert floor, not by chance, but because they were built to last, waiting for travelers like you to explore them, learn from them, and pass their legacy on. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button, and I would love to read your comments. Thank you for watching.